Hey, thank you for coming out today. We appreciate it. My name is State Representative Mike Foley. I'm from the 14th House District. This is Representative Denise Driehaus from Cincinnati. Representative Tim DeGeeter from the Parma District, Parma area here. Mike Piepsny from the Cleveland Tenants organization. Senator Dale Miller from the 23rd Senate District. And Anthony Carosielli, who's a homeowner here who has worked with ESOP to help use foreclosure counseling to save his home. The reason we are here today is that 328 days ago, the House of Representatives passed House Bill 9, which dealt with tenant protections, protect tenants from foreclosure problems that their landlords are being foreclosed on. 314 days ago, the House passed House Bill 3, which is a homeowner protection bill, protect homeowners who are being foreclosed on. And since that time, the Senate, the Republican-controlled Senate, has not acted on either of the bills. They've had a couple hearings, they've had a couple sessions where they've had a lot of witnesses come in and support the legislation, but they have not acted on this legislation at all. And our concern is that as of this week, they are going on recess until after May 4th. When we come back after the May 4th, when they come back after the May 4th primaries, they will be in session for 3 weeks, and Ohio can't wait. We need protections from the predatory actions of lenders in this community. We need protections from the lack of economic resources people have. We need protections from the normal circumstances that force people to go into foreclosure, and House Bill 3 and House Bill 9 provide those protections. So I'm going to turn it over to Representative Driehaus, who's going to talk a little bit about House Bill 3, and Senator Miller is going to talk a little bit about the tenant protections bill. And then Representative DeGeeter wanted to talk a little bit from a perspective of how the House Bill 3 really goes after some of those predatory lenders in a significant way. Mike Piepsny is going to talk about tenant protection measures as well, and Anthony's going to just talk about his experience dealing with foreclosure counseling. So, Denise?
Thank you. So we're in our 14th consecutive year of rising foreclosure rates in the state of Ohio. And so we passed this bill out in May of '09 out of the House, and we had a lot of interested parties, a lot of bipartisan talk when we were formulating the bill, and we ended up with 3 major tenets to House Bill 3. The first one calls for a 6-month conditional moratorium where we put a hold on foreclosures, but in order to participate in that, the homeowner has to pay half of their monthly payment, and then they can take advantage of the moratorium. If they're unable to do that or unwilling to do that, then the foreclosure would proceed. Also, it's important to note that the small banks and the credit unions are carved out of that because they are working generally with the homeowners to make sure that they stay in the house. The second portion talks about licensing servicers in the state. The servicer is the person between the lender and the borrower, and they are right now incentivized to foreclose. And we're trying to change that dynamic and make sure that it's in their best interest, as it is in the best interest of the homeowner and the lender, to keep the person in the home. The third tenet talks about a foreclosure filing fee. The majority of that money goes to counseling. We have found that we have talked to enough counseling agencies to know that if a counselor gets involved between the homeowner and the lender, oftentimes we can keep that person in the home and save them from foreclosure. Down in Cincinnati, one of the groups we deal with has about a 70% success rate, which is very significant. And then another portion of the money goes to remediation, removing blight. You know, after a foreclosure takes place and the property is vacant, we end up with these homes in our communities, and they're magnets for crime. People are stealing the copper, they're doing unsavory things in these buildings, and we need to either remove the blight or we need to rehab the buildings. And so a large portion of the foreclosure filing fee goes to that kind of activity as well. And I know Rep. DeGeeter is going to talk about other portions of where that fee goes to. So that's kind of a general outline of the bill. As Rep. Foley said, it's sitting over in the Senate. We had bipartisan support coming out of the House, and so we're looking to work in a bipartisan way with the Republican Senate to move something on foreclosure to help the citizens in the state of Ohio.